began just after midnight in Albuquerque. A ShotSpotter activation, a type of acoustic surveillance system designed to detect and pinpoint gunfire, and a 911 call directed police to a residential neighborhood on the city's west side. A house party had erupted into violence. By the time the officers arrived, one of the guests, a young woman, had been fatally wounded. She was taken to the hospital, but the damage had already been done. Witnesses at the scene identified the probable culprit, Cruz Medina. Though just 16, Cruz had reportedly been brandishing firearms at the gathering. He was told to leave. He did. Moments later, gunfire tore into the home. The logical conclusion was obvious. Cruz became the primary suspect. He was arrested without resistance and brought in for questioning.
Hey Cruz, how's it going, man? My name's John, bro. We're gonna go ahead and talk for a second. Yeah. When you go in, right in here, and then take a seat on the right-hand side there. Thanks. You feel comfortable way back there, or you want to get a little closer? You can roll up. You all right? Kind of cold? Yeah. Oh, sorry, brother, man. Here's your keys.
Chris, hi, Chris, I'm sorry. Are you introduce himself and about their job?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, man. Do you need anything? I can carry on.
You want some water, bro? Oh, you good? Okay.
Is everything okay? Chris, how are you? Okay. So I'm gonna read you some stuff. We'll go over in just a second. Let me just get set up here.
Yeah, these all the block walls and everything, bro. It gets pretty cold, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm used to it.
And then the concrete and everything.
All right.
So sorry.
What is, before we get started, how do you spell your first name?
C-R-U-C.
And your last name?
M-E-D-I-N-A.
And your date of birth? I'll make sure you're 16, you said, right?
Yes, fine.
And do you know your social?
I do.
No? Okay.
What's your address?
8301 Springcroft Road Northwest.
Springcroft. Where's that?
Oh, that's on the dirt.
Okay.
I'll picture that. I know somebody who did that road.
Springcroft Road. All right, Cruz, so there's a few things I want to talk to you about. But before we get started, have you, someone was saying that you were a GPO before, so you've been arrested before? Okay, and I don't know if you've ever talked to the police, like, in this capacity? Okay.
It's like downtown, I think.
Okay, so I'm gonna pretty much explain everything to you, like definitely take things slow. If you don't understand something, you can always ask me, and I can reword it, we can go back over the question, okay? So there's transparency with all of this, you know? So I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights. So you're under arrest, I guess, for some other charges, like a felony, I think you have a felony warrant or something. And then you also might have possibly picked up some new charges today, okay? But we'll get a little bit more into that in a bit.
What did I pick up the charges today for?
Do you remember the exact charges for today?
I think the motor vehicle that you showed with them, I think it's stolen. Okay, we don't really want to talk about that. You know, we want to talk to you, but just so you know that that's what primarily those are the charges, but we don't necessarily have to talk to you about that, okay? Or the other case, okay? We have some other information we want to talk to you about.
Cool. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights. Because you're juvie, they're worded a little bit different. So I'm gonna read you something, and then I'm gonna have you explain it to me just so you understand what it is, okay? All right, so you have the right to remain silent. So this means that you do not have to talk or answer any questions about this offense or any offenses, and you can be quiet if you wish. Do you understand that?
Sure.
Okay.
What does that mean to you? I like to
It
just...
means I don't have to talk.
And anything you say can and will be used against you in court. So this means anything that you tell me right now, I can later use against you in court. Do you understand that?
Yeah, basically just watch my mouth.
There you go. So that's what I was going to ask you. You tell us what what it means to you. I just want to make sure you understand.
You have the right to call and talk to a lawyer before we ask you any questions, and you can have a lawyer present during questioning. Do you understand that? Okay. So that means if you want a lawyer, you're allowed to have a lawyer with you here right now. Do you understand this?
What does that mean to you? So I can
I'm a lawyer.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I
Sorry.
know it sounds.
I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm like, hey.
So if you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning. So this means that you don't have, if you don't have money to get a lawyer, if you wish, one will be given to help you before questioning. Do you understand that? Okay. And you have the right to call and talk to your parents, a guardian or custodian before questioning, and to have them with you here during questioning. Do you understand that? Okay. Oh, sorry, just a verbal yes or no.
No.
Just a verbal yes or no, I'm sorry. Okay, cool. So if you want to answer questions now without a lawyer or other people here with you, you still have the right to stop answering any of my questions at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So with those rights in mind, do you wish to speak with us?
No.
Okay, and that's fine. So what's gonna happen from here is I can't talk to you anymore about what you want or about any charges or anything like that, okay? Just to let you know, we are gonna be taking your phone pending a search warrant. And that's all I'm gonna tell you right now.
You could tell me about charges?
So right now you have a felony warrant for robbery, no, not robbery, for ag assault with a deadly weapon. And then you also have new charges today, which are gonna be, receiving, transferring stolen vehicle, and tampering with evidence. Okay, and then we executed a search warrant on the room, and that's gonna be some other stuff, and there, you might have additional charges pending on other things later that I can't discuss with you right now, because you said no, you didn't want to talk. So I can't really talk to you about anything like that.
Well, I'll talk, but I don't remember you gonna like say anything about. I don't know, I'm not gonna really talk that much.
Okay.
We can talk about whatever you want, okay? You can tell us what you want to talk about, okay? But when you say I don't want to talk, that's a little bit different. I want
I
to,
don't know what I'm talking about.
and that's cool, but I just want to make sure that you understand that you don't have neither your parents or guardians, and you don't have your lawyer here present.
No, I'm.
And that if you want to talk to us, you can always say, well, I want to talk to you guys. Okay, then we can still continue to talk. And you can ask us questions, and we can ask you questions. And it kind of goes both ways, man. It seems like you're 16, bro, and it seems like you're a young kid. I don't know you from, and we don't know you from, the first time I ever met you. So yeah, let's talk. Let's get to kind of figure out maybe how you're in the situation and on how what can make it better. You know what I mean? So what would you like to talk about?
Whatever the aggravated assault is,
Okay. Okay, that we can't answer because those are not our charges against you. So I don't think we can take, that was a felony warrant that was already filed, which means they got an arrest warrant or went to grand jury or whatever the procedures were. So we really can't answer that question if that's fair enough with you. It's because it's not our charges. Does that make sense?
There is, for your charges of the receiving, transferring, there is a detective that could speak with you about those charges. If you would like to speak with him after we talk, it's up to you.
I'm just wondering whatever the aggravated assault could be.
Yeah. You know what? Do you know what aggravated assault with a deadly weapon means?
It could be from anywhere, like pointing a gun at somebody or like just like threatening somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't. Yeah.
So I mean, like my partner said, we did a search warrant on the room. Let's not hide around the bush, okay? You're a young guy, but you're a smart guy. I can tell already. Okay, there was guns in there, right? So obviously, that's a question that we would like to ask you. You know, which guns were yours? Which guns did you touch? Which ones? What was going on there? Because we don't know what's involved with all those guns. You know, does that make sense? So, I mean, are you able to answer that? Like, which guns? Because we're going to test all these guns, and we're going to swab them for DNA or for prints. And like I said, we're going to get a standard from you. It may not be tonight because you're going to go to jail. well, it might be in the next couple of days. So we try to use this opportunity to talk to people and say, hey, come clean with what you touch. If you know, sometimes it's for a photo, sometimes it's to mess around, to, you know, kind of get the feel of it. I don't know. You tell us. Any of those guns that you touch in there?
Have I touched anyone?
Yeah.
No.
None of them at all? Okay. Just keep in mind also, I should tell you this, you know, when
Or I
we're,
probably touched like one.
okay, which one was it that you touched? That way,
Oh, sure.
okay, because there was like 4, I think in there, 5, maybe 4. I think it was 4 total. Do you know which one? That would be, do you know where it was at in the room?
It was like throughout the day.
Throughout the day? Do you remember the color? Because if that, again, that helps us if we have 4 guns, you're saying only one of them should have your prints or DNA on it, and none of the other ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And this is the way I like to talk to people, man, is I respect people, and I'll believe you until you give me a reason not to believe you, okay? So if you're being honest with me, I'll believe you, bro.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it doesn't matter if you believe me. It matters if the judge believes me.
Well, yeah, but what's gonna happen is if I believe you that you're saying 1 right now, but we find evidence that you touched all 4, what do you think the judge is gonna believe at that point?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think it does matter what we believe, because what we're gonna do is write up some paperwork on all this stuff. And then we're gonna say, well, no, we talked to Cruz and he was actually pretty forthcoming. And he said he touched this color of gun. And then that's the only one that happens. So what does that show the judge? That you're being honest, right?
Yeah.
And you've been around that. How long did you do time in for a YDC or a JDC?
Altogether, probably like 2 years and
2 years straight, or was it like broken up?
straight.
Straight?
I got committed 2 years and I did that straight. And then JVC probably like altogether like 10 months.
Oh, wow. How long have you been out for a while, or is it recent?
I got released July or June 23rd, but then I got violated and went back October 20th.
So June 23rd, you violated. You got out.
And then I got out in 5 days October 20th.
Oh, you went back in October 20th? For how long?
Or no, okay, so I went in September 6th and got out October 20th.
Okay, you got out on October 20th. And are you finalized on paperwork, or are you still like on
I was
probation?
on paper after that completely.
Off paper? Okay, good. And who's at the Springcroft address?
My mom.
Your mom? Oh, what's your phone number, Billy?
My phone number?
Yeah.
So even with like the warrant and stuff, would I get my phone back at the end?
Yeah. So what we do, because obviously, so we rolled up, right? And there was a bunch of units outside, right? So you have auto theft, you know what I mean?
Because it's time they bring it here, I don't know what they do with it.
What's that?
I don't know what they did with my phone, because they took it from me when I was over there.
It might have been in the room. Was it in the room, or was it on you?
No, because when they gave the property to take it over here, they didn't put my phone in it.
Okay. What kind of phone was it?
It's an iPhone 13. It's black.
iPhone
But
13.
it's because they had me in the back of the cop car with it, and I was on it. And then
Oh.
I guess they tapped it already because they knew I was on it. And then kind of walked up to the car smiling and asked me for my phone. And I was like, yeah. And he just took it. But I saw the bag that they gave me what are they called?
Your personal property?
Yeah, and my phone wasn't in there.
It was in there?
That's what
Okay.
happened the very first time too, when it was in my property and it just got lost.
Okay, well, I'm sure somebody's got it, okay? We'll double check here, make sure that somebody's got your black. It's an iPhone 13, so it's a brand new one. Pretty new, right?
It might be, it's 12 or 13.
Okay. 12 or 13. So what helps us when we have to do warrants on the phones? Do you have a passcode on it?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know if I should say that.
Okay, then that's cool. Yeah, when we just search warrants on phones or whatever, we have a couple of ways to do it. We can use a passcode, or we can use a system that kind of helps us with that. So that's cool. Like I said, I'm gonna respect as much as you respect us. I'm gonna respect what you want to answer or not answer. Okay? Cool with that? All right. So, on this Springcroft, who do you live there with? Your mom, you said? Or mom? Okay. What is mom's name? Just because you're 16, Vanessa. And what's your last name?
Venegas.
Venegas?
Yeah.
Okay. Is dad in the picture or not? Okay, so just Vanessa Venegas. You have any brothers or sisters?
Two sisters.
Two sisters. Are they older or younger?
One's older, one's younger. One's 18, one's 10.
So an 18-year-old, 10-year-old. Okay. And do you live at this address, or are you there pretty much, or do you live somewhere else or stay somewhere else?
Well, I lived there, but I always leave.
You're always leaving? Okay. Are you working right now or no? How about school since you got out? Did you get back into school? No.
I tried to be
What school were you going to before?
West Mesa?
And then you tried to go back to West Mesa, or what school did you try to get into?
Yeah, well, I tried to go back to West Mesa.
Yeah, and what did they say? No way.
They just said that because when I went back, I guess I was there for too long. They disenrolled me and I want to go back. And yeah, they said I was disenrolled, and then I just never got back to re-enrolling.
What was the, if you don't mind me asking you, and again, you don't have to say, what did you go into YDC or JDC for the 2 years? What was the charges there?
Okay, so they had me on parole. And then, so my ankle bracelet, I let it die at night and I would go out. And then they found pictures of me on Facebook with guns and drugs and alcohol.
What was the initial charge that you were in there for?
The initial charge.
Yeah, you have to go in there, before they put you on the ankle bracelet and you're on parole, what was the initial charge that you were charged?
I was committed.
Yeah,
All of them.
okay,
Like-
guns?
4 armed robberies, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, transferring your students stolen vehicles, shooting at or from motorized vehicle.
Man, bro,
That's it.
holy cow, that's a
But
lot.
actually, the plea deal was to plead guilty to one of our robberies, drop the rest of the charge, they accepted like that.
Okay. Well, so it sounds like he did 400 robberies and they dropped it down to 1. I guess I'm not gonna say nothing about staying in Mexico, but that's a fair deal. Or at least it's a good deal for you. You know what I mean? So you've grown up, let's go back a little bit. How long do you think you grew up with guns? Since when did you start messing around with guns? What age do you think? Because you're 16, right?
Yeah.
16. What age would you say?
Honestly, I never really messed with them.
Okay.
I'm always just there with everybody else.
Do you think you get caught up with the wrong people sometimes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's usually, because it seems like you're pretty young, so,
I'm trying, it's just too hard.
huh?
It's just hard.
Like, life is hard, or what's hard? Like,
I just know everybody already. It's just easy to put myself with everybody. Like when I first got out, it just was too much, I guess. I don't know.
are you kicking it, rolling with anybody, like for lack of better words, to get like a gang, a group of
I
kids?
mean, everybody has their where they're from.
Yeah.
But nobody, I don't go around nobody all the same, no.
Where are you from, or who do you associate with the most, do you think?
Honestly, everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Do you have any rivals, any bad people that are against you?
Yeah, a lot.
Really? Why would they be against you?
Just the stuff I've done, I guess.
Kind of
The stuff they
sort of like up here, the armed robberies, ag assault, ag battery, those type of things, or
Those were,
from
honestly,
outside?
those were when I was a little kid and I was being just stupid.
Okay,
So that really didn't have nothing to do with nothing deep. It was just me going out being dumb a few nights.
okay.
But I don't know, just stuff building up over time, even just being in YDBC, fighting people and stuff, I don't know, it's just,
See,
I don't know.
so does a lot of that stem out from YDDC, kind of stems out into the real world, kind
Yeah,
of?
and then it just mixes all together with the people you already know.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are a little bit, I think they're, 18, both of them?
18.
So are we the only ones that are being arrested?
What, you guys have, you guys all have warrants, yeah. So there's still an investigation that's gonna go on by another unit over at the motel, sorry.
You know what, when I started to sit up, you guys said my name, I was like, fuck.
Oh, man, so what did you say at that point?
I was like, I looked to the right, I seen someone at the end, I was like, oh, fuck.
What did you think about running?
I wasn't going to, then I saw the beat back up and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
And that's what I was told, man. It was the wisest decision. So it seems like you're growing up a little bit. So you're saying, no, I'm not gonna go down there and just be hurt because you're gonna go to jail.
This is why I get you so fucked up, like, I don't know what I did, like that. I don't know what the fuck.
Well, and
I swear to God, I've not been doing, like, I've been trying so hard not to do like crash dummy. You guys know what that is? A crash dummy.
Crash dummy.
It's like someone will just do something for other people just to like prove a point or some shit, it'll fuck them over in the end. Like, I've been trying so hard not to do nothing like that, like just trying to keep myself in. But I still go around the people, but I've been like holding myself back, and I just don't know what it is, what it could even be.
yeah. What would you say if I told you that? Yeah, I think probably what about the vehicle that you were in today. Okay. Like I said, there's obviously enough charges, and I talked to the detective. He's an old buddy of mine. Okay, he's an auto theft detective. I did a lot of auto theft at one time. But
What's his name?
Lovato?
Yeah,
Angelo?
he was the same one.
That arrested you last time?
The last two.
Oh,
Yeah.
for stolen vehicles? So how many stolen vehicles have you been in that you've been?
Well,
Okay, let me ask you that you've been arrested for.
there's two different cases.
Okay.
And then the two different, it was like the day after day. And then today, it was so I had gotten armed robbery and aggravated and transferring into stolen vehicles with both of the cases.
And this was how long ago? Like a while?
2020.
Okay, so it's been a while back. So this kind of what stemmed into you going into being committed into YDC or J. Do you call it YDDC or JDC? YDDC, okay. So I think that's what kind of drew the attention was a stolen vehicle, okay? And actually they have video of you getting out of the stolen vehicle. I'll just be very honest. You know that already, okay? But when you get out, you have a firearm on you, man. And I'm just saying, it's all on video. They showed me that video. Because you put it back here in your backside. Is that the only firearm that you touched? The one that you put on your pants?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the other guys that you were with, they were in the car. There was two females and then another male. Who are those people?
My girlfriend.
Okay, what's your girlfriend's name? Which one was your girlfriend?
Naya.
Naya?
Yeah.
How do you spell Naya? Yeah.
N-I-Y-A-H.
Nayah?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been boyfriend, girlfriend?
Barely like a few weeks.
A few weeks. It can be 4 weeks, 8 weeks,
Like 2 maybe.
like 2 weeks.
We're really dating.
Okay. Like, let's say, New Year's this way or before New Year's? Christmas this way or before Christmas?
So,
So after Christmas?
yeah.
Okay. So after Christmas, you hooked up with Naya. Do you know how old Naya is, bro? Yeah.
He's 16, 15, 14, 13.
13.
Yeah.
Naya's 13.
My
Yeah.
girlfriend is 13.
Yeah, I heard some shit about that. I don't know.
Okay. Where'd you hear that from?
13 for real?
Yeah, we talked to her mom today.
Are you sure it was the right one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want all of me killed.
Yeah, black, tall.
Pretty guys.
Yeah, she had pretty eyes, but yeah, she rolled in like crazy, bro. She was like, I was trying to talk to her. They were rolling back like crazy. But we talked to mom.
My mom?
No, we talked to her mom. What would happen if we talked to your mom, bro?
I'm so scared too.
Why are you scared of your mom?
Because I disappointed her so bad. This time especially. Fuck.
Tell me about that. What do you mean you messed up? And I don't know, bro, so.
Just because I put her through so much this past few years.
Okay. sorry, man. It seems like you're trying, bro. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you, man, because I can see the emotion in you. It seems like you're trying. You're probably just hanging out with the wrong crew, man. And I don't know how you get caught up with these guys.
It's just the people I knew from before. They're putting me in like, it's kind of fucked up, honestly. Like these two I know from YPC. Like, I met up with them because I knew them from jail. It's just, I don't know.
How'd you hook up with these guys like today or within the last?
They called me, they said I got out. They ran from the immigration. They're like, let's kick it. I was like, all right.
Or did you pick them up, or how did you guys get together?
The first time I just, I got dropped off with them. They were in a hotel.
The same hotel or a different one?
It was a different one. It was a little in the east. I forgot which one it was.
So you were with Naya. Who was the other male that was with you?
The other male?
Yeah, the one that was in the front seat. Yeah, because the two girls came out from the backside.
Honestly, we left a lot.
What do you mean?
Like, we left a lot that day, kind of, I don't know which.
Okay, so right before you guys got taken into custody,
Right before?
yeah, you guys had just got there, and you get out of the driver's seat, and you put the gun behind your back, and then you go around, I think, from what I remember on the video, you go around and you open up the door.
I don't recall that part.
No.
I just know the passenger.
Somebody opens up the door for some
Something,
reason.
something real big.
Yeah,
The passenger?
Yeah, the front
So
passenger.
the passenger was a male?
yeah.
Yeah, that's Richmond.
Was he wearing the mask?
No.
Gray shirt, gray sweatshirt.
I'm not sure.
Who were the two guys that were here? You were here with?
The ones that are here right now?
Yeah,
Jimmy and Ingram?
Andrew. Yeah.
Well, they're not here anymore, just so that.
Oh, for
Yeah, they already got taken to MDC.
Yeah, because they're the big boys, Joe, man. So, but they had warrants. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna go back to DC for like a month or two.
Yeah.
Probably, man. So Jim and Ingram, which one was with you today when you guys showed up?
When we showed up,
When you were with Naya, and then there was another female.
I don't know which one was with us. Everybody will stay and go or.
Okay. The one gun that was in your back, that's yours. Is it yours or is it just,
The gun is not mine. I was just.
you just, why do you feel like you have to have a gun? I know, don't say it's because it's bootleg, because I get that a lot. But you're right, and I can understand that. I carry my gun everywhere I go in bootleg, right? I can understand a certain extent, but you tell me why you feel like you have to carry a gun.
Cause everybody hates on me.
Tell me about that. What do you mean they hate on me? I don't understand.
I don't know. I was like. I don't know. A lot of people like me,
A lot of people like you.
and a lot of people hate me for it.
So do you have a personality like either I hate you or I like you? I mean, is there any in between there? Or what?
Yeah, basically. Like, I don't know. It's just like. People see me as like I don't know. Just because I did 2 years, I guess like a big old threat to them or some shit. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. They just see me as.
Because you seem pretty chill here, man. Do you go kind of local, lokester on us? Can you? Is that why they,
No point. It just makes me look bad.
do they have a certain amount of respect because you did the 2 years, or are they just afraid of you, or they're challenging you? What do you think?
Oh. They'll probably challenging me, just because I know. Just the shit I do.
What is it that you do, bro?
Did before.
Huh?
Did before, I guess.
Have you been doing the things that you did before? Have you been doing that within the last couple of weeks, last month?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about that, bro?
Well, I mean, I'm here because of it. And don't feel good about it.
How many times have you shot at somebody else?
How about shot at somebody else?
Yeah, the last week,
The
2
last-
weeks, the last month, yeah. We can start off the last week.
The last week, nobody.
Nobody?
No.
How about the last 2 weeks?
The last 2 weeks, no running.
How about the last month?
The last time I shot a gun was New Year's.
New Year's? Okay. Tell us about that.
Just hit 12 in that shot.
Up in the air? Or? Okay. Do you remember where you were at when that happened? No? What do you like to do for fun?
I just like to honestly, I love driving.
You love driving? Okay.
I want my car so bad.
So, you love driving, and do you use it like, you love driving fast?
So if we would have had another spot today, it would have been eliminated.
If you were to what?
So if we would have been in another spot where I was in closed view, it would have been eliminated.
And
I would have done it.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to accompany myself, but let's just say I've been
Okay.
waiting for.
So, okay, and you already probably know, we can't chase for a stolen vehicle, you know that, right? So I'm not gonna pretend like you don't know that because you do, right? So what do you do, just floor it? Boom. Let's have fun.
I love just on the highway, just switching lanes. It's so scary and so fun.
How about when the lights come on behind you? What do you love to do that?
That's the worst part.
That's the funnest part, or
That's the worst part. That's the scary part.
So, but you still take off.
No, I feel like that's when I started driving like shit.
Really? Okay. That's crazy.
I don't know, everybody listening is a bad driver though.
Well, you're only 16, bro. You're not gonna be a good driver at 16.
I'm a pretty good driver for my age.
How long have you been driving, do you think? I'm not gonna ask you legally or illegal. Do you have a driver's license? Let me just ask you that. So, do you have an ID card? Nothing? Not even an ID card? And you've never gone to driving school? So how long have you been driving? I'm not gonna say illegally, but how long have you been driving? Since 11? Holy cow. So you like to drive fast for fun. What else do you like to do? Do you like to party?
No, I don't like drinking for nothing.
No? You don't hit the booze? Do you hit any type of drugs?
Weed?
Smoke weed? Okay. It's legal in 91. I don't know about the ages. The ages I think are still a little bit off. If you're under 18 or something, right?
No, that's mine not room.
You left. What was yours? I think I seen some.
The weed.
And what was it like? What kind of a deal? Yeah, I seen that. That's gone. Oh, sorry. So you're smoking weed, that's it? You don't do any other, you don't do blues, you don't do fentanyl, you don't do anything like that?
Coke maybe, if I'm like in a bad mood.
In a bad mood? To kind of what, pick you up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do anything to bring you down?
I was for like 2 weeks because I was feeling like really sick, so I was taking Xanax to go to sleep, but that's it.
You were taking what?
Xanax.
Xanax? The little bars? How did that make you feel? How does that affect your life?
Just makes me feel like that's all I'm to go to sleep once.
And do you get tripped out on it or no? No? Okay. Anything else that kind of trips you out? Have you ever done meth? No crack? No black, no heroin? So mainly just either Xannies. What's the new thing that's out there right now? What's the one that they're putting in the E6? Do you do any E6 at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
They call Nick.
Yeah. So we call it Puff Bars.
Puff bars.
Well, excuse me for just a second. This is my dispatch call.
So you said you smoke Nick? Okay. You smoke cigarettes or anything like that? Good for you. It's so nasty.
Dang, she's 13, that's crazy. So how old's Sonny then? 12?
They should be older.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you know, she might be younger. I think you're right. Yeah.
Who's that?
His girlfriend, he's just tripping that she's 13.
Oh, Naya? Yeah.
She has a kid too.
July?
I think so.
Really?
At 13?
She-
Mom didn't say that. I don't know. Did she tell you that or?
No, I heard about
I don't know, she's a kid.
Yeah, I don't. I think she has a little sister that's a baby.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's hers, bro. I don't know. I don't see that, but
Yeah.
anything is possible anymore.
Hey, you guys can't blame me. She's not living no fucking 13.
Yeah, it's you.
That's crazy.
No, because I think she
I got told until she was 14 from somebody that didn't like her, but I didn't believe
Which
it.
one we got?
This girl named Mercedes.
Mercedes?
Yeah, I think she even told officers she was 14.
Yeah, she said she was older.
Mom got up there and she was like, no, she wasn't 14.
Yeah.
I thought she was 14. She's like, no, she wasn't 14. She was 13.
This one who's right there sitting by her.
Yeah, so I don't know. Do you know any of the other females? So you got there with Naya and who was the other female?
No. Son?
Somi? That's her friend, right? Naya's friend?
It's her quote unquote sister.
Oh. Have you ever been to Naya's house?
I don't know whose house it is, but I've been inside of it.
Yeah.
So,
So when you kick it with the homies, this motel, you said there was another motel. Do you remember what the other motel was at, where you guys were at?
I remember where it was at.
No.
It was on the east side, like deep in the east, and I don't really know where, like, all of that.
Like east, you know where the war zone is at?
It's way past the war zone.
Way past?
Like, you may,
Oh, wow. Way up there?
yeah.
Okay. Anything happened there?
No.
No? Any, I think I asked you, you said you shot the last time for New Year's. Was that a pistol or was that a rifle that you shot? Pistol. Now let me ask you, we turn it around this week because you talked a little bit earlier about, like, I guess, what do you call them when they're against you? Like, enemies? Ops. So, your ops, have you been shot at in the last week?
I've not been shot before.
Yeah, by the ops. How about the last 2 weeks?
I've not been shot, so, you know.
And since you've been out? So nothing? Not in any of the vehicles that you've been in? Has they ever been shot up? Not at all? Okay, that's good. It's a good thing.
Surprising.
Yeah. Well, really, is it really surprising?
Oh, you know what? No. I haven't been, yeah.
When did you get shot at? Cause I wouldn't remember that if somebody shot at me. I've been shot before. I can tell you the date and the time. March 25th, 2005. That's when I got shot at.
It was a Friday, I just don't know.
It was a Friday?
Yeah.
Well, tell us about that. What was that? What was that? What were you doing and who were you with that the cops shot at you guys?
So we were going to parties. We saw some people that we didn't like. And it wasn't like an issue or nothing. We were still there. Everybody was still there. We left from there. And then we were just driving around. And then the guy I was driving, I guess he wanted to meet up with his girls. So we go to wherever street it's at. And we're sitting there for a minute. And I see just a car fly at us. And I just see the sparks like from 4 windows just start shooting at us.
What the heck?
Yeah, and they parked us. They shot our engine
Oh,
They shot the engine?
where were you guys at?
on the east side.
On the east side? Oof. So did you know these guys or no?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who did it?
Uh-huh.
So what do you do in a situation like that when you know who does it?
Well,
Wait your turn or?
no, man. In the situation that I was in, the person in front, it was his beef.
Oh.
People that did it, I'm cool with them. Cause it was like after the whole thing, I was like still like that's fucked up. Like they all knew I was in the car and like all that. Then we talked like everything about it again. And then the guy was in the front, I don't even like him no more.
Who's that? Who is this? Was this a friend or just a homie? Or?
It's not even really a friend.
Oh, okay. Who was that? Do you remember his name?
I can't really say just because of stuff that
Okay. And then you said you were in the back. Was there somebody else in the front? How many were you in your car? 3. Wow. So you're just sitting there trying to meet up with some girls. Were the girls there or?
No. So what happens usually?
What
do you mean?
What do I know?
That's all you do is set people up.
Oh, they set you guys up?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Who knew the girl?
The guy was driving.
Oh, okay. So the guy that was driving knew the girl and gets set up. Was he trying to hook up with her? Oh, okay. And you guys are all collateral damage.
Weird.
That's not cool. So was that the only time you guys got shot at?
Yeah.
Or that night,
Since
anyways?
I've been out, that's the only time I've ever been shot at in years.
Oh, man. Was it like 1 shot, 2 shots? You said it was 4, what did you say, 4 sparks coming out of it?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Window, they ain't shit though. The engine, that's it.
They hit the engine? Oh, we count. Were you guys able to drive or no? No? Oof.
I just dropped to the back of the seat and jumped out.
You jumped out?
It was in Main Street.
One of the main streets? I bet you were scared as heck. I would be scared.
I was just shocked. I was like, what the fuck?
And did you get out? Did anybody from your car shoot back at them?
Oh yeah, we got it.
Okay. So, because that's his beef. Can you tell me who the beef was? Who the guys are that he had beef with? Or,
Let's just say Barrios.
what is it?
Barrios.
Oh, Padillas, Los Pasos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that like a gang, most of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Los Pasos, that's south.
Yeah, but I'm cool with them. Like, they're I'm cool with them.
You're good with Los Pasos?
Yeah.
Where did you grow up at?
I grew up on Westgate.
Westgate? Oh, wait, Westgate?
Yeah.
Whereabouts on Westgate? Like, give me a street name. Just because I worked the Southwest for like 17 years.
I lived on El Rancho or some shit.
El Rancho, okay, by the Cartagena, by the park, right there?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. So those houses are what, about 20 years old, yeah? You probably grew up there then. Do you know anybody from, what's Westgate? Westgate used to be, when I was a kid, it was Westgate. You wouldn't go up to Westgate, bro. There used to be a gang up there, Westgate. You wouldn't go up there.
Yeah.
I grew up in,
Honestly, it's just like, there's no really gang for Westgate. Everybody's just like,
yeah,
pick their own shit.
yeah. Probably the closest one I can think of is, do you know anybody from A Block?
Yeah.
From Alamosa? Yeah? Who do you know from Alamosa?
My best friend.
Uh-oh. Who's your best friend?
I'm not gonna say his name.
Okay. He's from A Block?
Yeah.
Or is they still going by A Block? Because there was like
Yeah. A block.
A Block and then they turned into C Block. No. C Block is from the east.
Down.
Yeah. And then there was, what was the other name that they, Ritz? No. Ritz was coming into A Block at one time. Do you remember Ritz or not?
Yeah.
Are they still,
Yeah, I was younger, but yeah.
are they still around or not?
No.
And then there was one kid that I remember, he used to live right there off of Old Coors, him and his little crew. It was, they're older than you now, but they were JHC, yeah. Adrian,
The Get Hard crew?
yeah, it was Adrian Nieto and Isaiah.
Yeah, Garner.
Huh?
Garner.
Yeah, and Scotty,
Yeah.
what was his name, Scotty something. Kind of white one, like a white guy.
Drax.
Scotty Gibbs. Yeah.
Drax, that's his name.
Thrax, yeah. So are you claiming anything for real?
Nah.
At all?
Kinda.
Like what would be kind of?
I mean, yeah, I guess. It's just kind of like what I've always been with. It's called, I'm from C Block, it's Columbia. It's right there behind the Isotopes, right there by something in Berkeley.
Okay.
And it's just like a little clique, it's called GG.
GG?
Yeah.
So C Block, yeah, I was gonna say C Block is Columbia. It used to be Dickerson and that boat right there in that area, right?
Well, there's 2 different C Blocks. They call C Block, they call Columbia just Columbia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then GG is the little side thing from
Yeah, they
Columbia
call it that,
of C Block.
yeah.
Any of these guys rolling with anybody that you know of?
I don't have no fun here.
So when you guys got shot at, you said something that you're not friends with the guy. Which guy are you not friends with anymore?
The one I was driving.
The one you're driving? Why is that? Why aren't you friends with him anymore?
He just tried to do his dusty that night. It was just like the way he was moving, and I couldn't fuck with it no more.
Like, what do you mean? Like driving?
It's just sloppy. Just like the way he was that night, I don't know.
I don't understand that.
Just like he was acting weird. He was like not a person I could be around.
Okay. Was he on some type of drug?
Drunk.
Okay, drunk. You said that you guys all. What did they shoot at you with? Do you remember what they were shooting at you guys with? Handguns, rifles? You don't have no idea. What did it feel like when you were getting shot at? What did it feel like? Did it sound loud?
I don't really remember. It was kind of just like, I said, thick.
What were you guys shooting? You probably had your. Which one did you have?
Can't say.
Okay. How about the other guys? Do you know what they were shooting?
223, think.
223?
Yeah.
Rifle, both of them?
No, I just one.
Just one.
Okay.
If I was to guess, which one would I guess?
Oh,
Or who was shooting the 223?
oh, you don't know who I live.
No, I don't know who was. He said if I was to guess, who was shooting the 223, the driver or the other guy in the front?
Oh, yeah.
Which one? I don't know. I'm asking you.
Passenger.
The passenger shooting the 223? And then the other one was shooting just the regular gun or 223 or like a rifle?
I don't know what. Oh, that one? He's shooting a pistol.
Pistol.
Yeah.
Aye. And you don't remember what area this happened?
I just can't talk about it.
Okay. Fair enough. I told you I was gonna respect that, right? Yeah. And I'm gonna do that because I think it's legit to do that, all right? Now, since that time, do you remember what's the time range when you got shot at? Like late in the night, like what time? Like early morning or late, like before midnight or after midnight?
After probably like 3 or 4.
3 or 4 in the morning? Okay. What, he said that the guy that he was having beef with was from Los Padillas? Was any of these other guys that you were with, were they claiming C-Lock or what do they claim? That were in the car that day?
In the car that day?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the driver, what does he claim? The one that you don't get along with anymore?
I don't think he claims anything.
No? Okay.
Then he does the person I was in the passenger. I don't think he does it either.
So none of them were. How'd you know it was Los Padillas? How'd you know it was from Los Padillas, the other guys?
I just knew because I don't know. I just knew.
When they come,
Because the girl that set us up.
she's from Los Padillas?
I knew she kicked it with him.
When the ops come against you like that, do you guys ever? When I say you guys, I'm talking about the generation that kind of the people you're rolling with now, and even when this happened. How do you guys? I'm prior military, okay, so I'm used to somebody does terrorist attack like 9/11, right away. Somebody claims responsibility, like, hey, I did that. I've seen that in my experience as law enforcement, 'cause I've been doing this for almost 20 years, bro. So I see sometimes, like, yeah, I did that. When it's against the ops, how do you guys do that? Is that something that's still done or not?
Not with me. I literally try so hard. Like when everybody goes out and another new system, I stay in. Like I try to put myself in like good situations lately, but like I don't know. All these kids do know how to shoot up houses. That's why I don't like. That's literally all I do. If someone knows where someone lives and they don't like, their house is getting shot up. That's literally all they do.
I know this is an off the wall question, but Do you know, have you watched the news? Are you able to watch the news?
Yeah.
You know how they've been talking about all these people, these politicians, I guess, that are getting shot at? You know anything about that?
Oh, politicians?
Yeah, like, there's like counselors and there's like 5 different political figures that have had their house shot up at. Do you know anything about that? Fair enough, that was just an off the wall question, bro.
Yeah, that's why I stay away from all this, like, this brief and this drama. It's just so stupid. All they do is shoot up houses, they don't shoot each other. Well, I guess they do, so they make it a chance, but I don't know, I stay out of it mostly. I just woke up like going out, like all this before that, someone texted me, be like, let's go out, and I'm like, okay.
Dude, yeah, you gotta, I was gonna say you gotta find a girlfriend, but you gotta find a girlfriend one closer to your age, you think so?
One is older.
Yeah.
There's no,
So who was before Naya? Did you have a girlfriend before that?
yeah,
When you got out, who was your girlfriend?
I'm not gonna lie, like,
Nobody? So who'd you hook up with before Naya?
this girl named Veronica,
Veronica? How long would she last?
she lasted like a week.
What do you mean? What's this? What is this? What are you doing, bro? Or what are they doing?
I got her mixed up into some stuff I didn't want her to. And I told her I was just gonna leave her alone. For the best of her, I guess. And then the next day, so I used to like just recently I stopped because some shit happened. Their house got shot up. Literally, like this shit happens a lot. People's houses are getting shot up like a lot right now.
Yeah.
I was staying up in the war zone with my homegirl Marissa, and like we're like real close, like best friends. Like we're close. She's like 23. We're close.
Marissa or Veronica?
Marissa.
Marissa, okay.
So I'm over there and I'm like, I start talking to Veronica over Snapchat. And then I find out she's right next to Marissa. But Marissa did not know where Marissa existed at all. And I bring her over. They didn't talk or nothing. And then I kept bringing her over. They didn't really talk at all. And then I broke up with her that one night. And then I go on, so they went live on Instagram. And then I go up, and then Veronica's at her house. They're all getting drunk and shit. And then I keep watching, and Veronica's like, she goes and lays down on one of my homies. And I was like, what the fuck? And then after that, I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's not
She's
good.
like 18 too.
Really?
Yeah. She's dope.
And did that happen at a party or did that happen where you guys just hanging out at her house? What the heck? And she knew you were interested or what?
Shit, no, after that, I wasn't.
Well, no, of course not. So that lasted the week.
Who's the friend that was like a good friend of yours that she was laying on?
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Jay.
JD.
Jay, he's dead, really. Not Jay,
At the time it was JD.
no, just Jay.
Just Jay.
Why, he's dead to you because of that incident? How old was Jay?
Jay?
Because you said Veronica was 18?
Jay's like, I don't know, he's older though.
Okay. So he took your girl.
They still together.
No, fuck man. I got on that live, I talked to most shit. He was being such a pussy, she was being such a pussy. They don't talk to each other, they really look at each other.
What, you blast that on what, Insta?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So everybody knew that.
Social media, yeah. Do you have a Snap or no?
I have one on Instagram.
Huh?
I just have one on Instagram.
Just Instagram? Because I think now, Snap, you said you hooked up with her on Snap or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so you still have a Snap or you don't?
No, I blocked that.
Okay. But you have one though. You have a Snap account? And then,
You guys can find out soon.
yeah, we're gonna find it on your phone.
Oh, that's gonna be so bad.
Uh-oh,
What's
well,
on there?
All kinds of shit.
Like what? You're
That's-
making me nervous.
bad stuff or like just creepy stuff or like sexual stuff that we shouldn't be watching?
Not just bad stuff.
Tell me what bad is, bro.
You're just gonna see a whole lot of guns.
Yeah.
A whole lot of drugs. You're gonna see a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good. What were you supposed to, so you said you're not on paper at all? No? And all that's been since you got out, that you've had these guns and snaps?
Ever since October 20th. But even before, you're gonna see all kinds of shit too. On house arrest? Yeah, I was doing that on house arrest.
How long were you on house arrest for? In between the September and that August? No, when did you say you got out?
From June to
June to August?
To September.
To September, then you went in September and got out on October 20th? Okay. So that house arrest, you're going crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, bro, you seem like you gotta get out of this stuff, bro. Honestly. Are you?
I literally just today got off the phone with my dad. He wanted to come get me next week.
Okay.
To go over there with you.
Alright. I wanna tell you something, man. That when you get into this crew of people that, I don't know if you really believe that they care about you or not. I don't know who your homies are. Do you have any true homies that you trust right now? That just answer me that. How many, on the one hand, can you say, how many true homies do you truly trust?
Like, 2.
Two. Okay. Keeping those two guys in, probably I'm gonna assume they're guys, right, homies, guys. Keeping those two guys aside, over here on the side, how many over here that do you think if they were pinned up against the wall, so to speak, and they were brought in for an investigation, that they would roll on you? A lot of them. So you're hanging out with guys that would turn on you in a heartbeat. How about these two guys? Do you think you trust them?
No.
Not at all.
How do you know that now? Listen to you go.
How's it gonna go?
I'm the young good. They can say it's me.
Yeah. Unless you tell us what's up.
Something like that. Where is it?
You're not one to roll on anybody at all. You'll just take the hit. You'll take the hit for having a stolen gun.
I mean, I'll take the hit for whatever that take it for.
You'll take the hit for a robbery.
I never did a robbery.
You'll take the hit for a shooting.
Never shot.
How about have you ever shot somebody that you know about? How about have you ever shot somebody that you didn't know about?
That I didn't know about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean?
Like shoot?
That's it?
Yeah.
No.
No.
But yeah, I shot somebody. I have charges for shooting people.
You do have charges
Yeah.
since you got out or from before?
Before.
Okay. So those are the charges, but you've already done your time on that.
Yeah.
So you were probably what, 14 when all that happened? So you gotta remember now, Cruz, that you're 16 now, bro. So it's not the same that when you were 14. Okay.
Yeah, so my first case, it was so weird. They let me out in 2 weeks. It was when I shot someone too. They let me out in 2 weeks. Caught CCP. I was like, alright, they didn't do nothing to me. I took a plea of 2 years probation, and I thought it was a joke, honestly. I only covered the case, and both of them hit me with 2 years.
Yeah. You're right, and it's probably because of your age.
Yeah, it's because I guess at 13 they can't charge you as a youth, and then at 14 it's just like.
14, you can go either way.
Yeah.
15, 16, you do something major, you can get charged as an adult. Okay? So you gotta consider that, man.
Would you consider anything in my charge right now major? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, this is the opportunity we give to people, okay? I'm gonna ask you some very direct questions, man. Because, again, you have the right to not answer or whatever. We've done that the whole line, okay? But beyond the stolen vehicle tonight, beyond what you probably within the last few days, and we probably have some more information that you've been doing the last few days, I can tell you that you're up at the Super 8 Motel, up there by the airport. There's some things that happened there, okay? The Super 8. Over there off of Yale and...
What was it, the one you said you were at? Not the Super
He
8.
said up on Eubank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. almost called.
Yeah, but I know you were up on Super 8 too, in a G-Ride. What do you call stolen vehicle?
Stolo.
So what?
Stolo.
Stolo? So you were in a Stolo up by the airport up there. But beyond all that, okay, let's kind of go beyond some of those. All those are gonna kind of pan out, and those are not major charges, stolen vehicle, you know. Well, shooting at or from a motor vehicle is a fourth-degree felony, you know, but still not as bad as shooting somebody and hurting them. You know what I mean? And I think that you're smart enough and you're wise enough that we're getting to a point in this conversation that I have to ask you, we're not here for a stolen vehicle. We're not here for, a stolen gun.
Yeah, I know.
You know what we're here for.
I mean, I don't know what you're here for exactly. I just know it's not for none of that shit.
Okay. What makes you think it's none of that stuff?
Cause y'all would have me sitting here for so long.
You're right. So what we're dealing with, okay, and I need you to be honest, because this is an opportunity for you, man.
Yeah, I heard you guys earlier talk about 2 shootings or something.
We're here about a shooting that involved when you got shot at. 100. I can tell you where your car and who was in that car. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you already know. And I know where you were at because we picked up the car from there. Police showed up because you and your buddy, your homie, took off running. All right? So all this is familiar to you. We know that you were up on the east side where there was another shooting where they rolled up on you and you guys got shot at 100.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Remember how you were talking you got shot at by some cars? By a car?
Yeah, but you're talking about.
Were you on the east side or west side?
So the one that you just said right now, that
The one where his buddy got shot at.
yeah, the one that one, that's the first one what you just said.
Yeah.
I just noticed I fucked up by saying it because I don't know what the fuck. I'm so stupid. I said
You're not stupid.
You're not stupid, bro.
I tried to mask it, but it was on the east side, but.
It's on the west side.
No, we're talking about the one, I don't know.
Yep. Yep. And then you and your homie ran, and you left the other homie there, the one that you don't like. Okay. So, fast forward that a little bit. Where were you guys at before that?
Where were we at?
Yeah, before that happened, before you guys party? And what happened?
Multiple parties.
Okay. What happened at the first party?
Nothing.
Okay, where was that party at?
Oh shit, honestly.
Was it east side, west side, valley?
It was on the east side, because we had to go all the way to the west side.
East side, okay. When you guys came to the west side, what happened at that party? And be real, bro.
We got kicked out, and then, I don't know, I just heard shooting, and I ran to the car. I just heard shooting. It was coming from on the balcony, and then from somewhere else, and I just ran into the car and left.
What kind of vehicle were you in, bro?
At first, I was in my homegirl's vehicle. I don't know what it is.
Okay. When you left the party, when the shooting was happening, what were you in then?
I think it was like a Honda. It was like a Nissan.
Guess again. Guess again.
That's what it was.
Cruising. Okay. And this is an opportunity, okay? And I believe that you wanna do what's right because
No, trust me, I'm telling you, I left in my car. But I met up with them afterwards,
you met up with who?
with the people
Which people?
that I was with when we got shot.
You met up with them? Where'd you meet up with them? Because your cell phone's gonna tell me.
Just on the road.
Just on the road?
Just right there.
No, come on.
When they pulled off, I followed them.
So what you said you left in, what kind of car was it?
I think it was like a Nissan or a Honda.
What color was it?
Like,
White, okay. And then you said you heard shooting? So then what happened after you heard the shooting?
Nothing. A lot of people came running out the house, and then everybody just started leaving.
And then you said, you said something that when they followed you after the shooting?
I followed them.
You followed them? Okay.
Right
And
down the road, and then
what kind of vehicle were you following?
I don't know if it's a Scat Pack or a Hellcat.
I'm sorry, we need two cars. What kind of cars?
I'm not really good with cars either.
Cat pack or a hell pack?
Or a Hellcat.
A Hellcat? It's like a Dodge?
Okay.
What color?
Black.
What color rims?
Rims, I'm not sure.
So at what point did you jump into that vehicle?
Like right after that happened, kind of, and then like I saw him on the road, and I just flagged him down and jumped in.
Where exactly, bro?
Just down that street, because it's like it was right there. Like if you guys know the street, it's like a long kind of road you go through.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, because we didn't just get here by accident. We've been doing a lot of work on that shooting, okay? Do you know what happened in that shooting?
No.
You don't know what happened? You don't know that somebody died?
I think someone died.
Okay. Well, that's something. It's like, oh, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Did you know that person that died? Who's responsible for that shooting? There you are. You know exactly who's responsible for that shooting. You're in the vehicle with your buddies. Yeah. Because you guys go from there all the way to the east side, where you guys got set up by the girl. And then you guys came over back to the west side. We have all this on locations, man.
No, we got set up on the west side.
What area was that?
I don't know.
No, so the first spot that you guys went to, you said you were at a party, right?
I was just saying.
Okay, what address was that at?
I'm not sure. I honestly don't even remember it.
Do you know the streets at least? Okay, so do you consider where the party was on the west side? You consider that the east side? Where the party is?
The first party.
The second party that
The
you said?
second party was on the west.
Okay, so you consider that the west side. Okay, so where was that party at?
The second one?
Yeah.
Apparently.
By Powderly? Okay, so that's considered west side to you, right? When you guys left that party, where did you guys go after that?
To the we left that party. We went to someone's house.
Okay. Whose house did you go to?
I don't know. It was whoever was driving us.
So the person that was driving is their friend, you said, right, earlier?
Yeah.
Was there a shooting there? Nobody got shot at, you guys didn't get shot at that party? Or at that house? Okay.
Did you guys shoot at anybody? What were you using that night?
What was I using that night? A 9. What did you do?
9. Tell me about the magazine on that night.
22 rounders, a Pro Mag.
Pro Mag? So
First Glock 34. So actually, no, I had a drum in it. A Glock 34 with a drum and a Glock B. This is my phone.
You had two?
I know.
But just always has a beam on it?
Yeah.
What color is that beam?
It didn't work. It's red.
It's red.
And you said you had a drum? How many rounds fit in the drum? 50? And it's 9 mil? Like you said, Glock 34? Does it have a switch on it?
No.
No?
Maybe she.
You wish? How many guns have you ever had that had switches on them?
No.
None? You don't know how to do that, or not at all?
No sure.
So, I know you're trying to separate yourself from this car. So I know exactly, if you're talking about a white car, I know exactly what happened because we have video. So tell me how you were in that white car.
What do you mean?
Tell me how, when you guys left the party, how did you leave the party in comparison to that black Hellcat or whatever.
They were just regular.
Okay,
I just hopped in the car with someone that I do.
okay.
They parked like more down.
So you said you got kicked out. When did you guys get kicked out?
Like right before that happened.
Okay. Before what happened, I'm sorry. Before the shooting?
Yeah.
How many of you guys got kicked out?
Like almost everybody, a lot of people got kicked out.
Okay. Why were they kicking people out?
I'm not sure if the dad came and the mom. They were just yelling.
Okay. Did you see anybody with firearms at the party?
No.
No?
Just in the balcony.
Just in the balcony? Who was on the balcony?
I don't know. Whoever was shooting up there.
You didn't see who it was?
Uh,
Did you guys have your firearms at the party?
I had mine, yeah.
And then you had, who else had a gun at the party? That was with you. Who'd you roll in with? Who were you with when you got there?
Me, my homegirl, and like 5, 6 other homies.
Okay. And what kind of vehicle did you arrive in?
To the homegirl, so I don't know what car it is.
Homegirl, like not girlfriend, just a homegirl?
Just a homegirl.
Do you have a name for her? No.
Sure.
So you show up with her and 5 or 6 other homies? How long were you guys at the party for? Do you remember what time you got there?
Like an hour or two. An hour, 30 minutes.
An hour and 30 minutes. Okay. And you guys, what was the other party before that?
It was just these girls. It wasn't even really a party, honestly.
Where was it at, Marcus? East side, west
It was
side?
the east side, I just don't know where.
Okay, so east side. From the east side you came to this. How did you come from the east side over here to the west side?
In the homegirl's car.
Homegirl's car. Okay. And that white one?
No.
And what color is your car?
It's like a grayish, bluish thing. It has like a spoiler on the back.
Is it like a car or is
It's
it
not a car. I don't know what
Okay.
it is. It's not like nothing like a Nissan or it's like, I don't know what it is. It's
Okay.
pretty nice though.
All right. So when you guys get kicked out of the party, you're armed with a 9mm drum. Any of your other homies have guns that you guys have video or pictures of? Be honest, because I wouldn't be asking if I didn't know.
Yeah, you're gonna find pictures.
Okay. So what other guns were at the party with your homies?
With my homies, there was only 9s.
Just 9s? Okay. How about the guy that was driving the car?
I'm not sure.
It's a pretty big gun, man. What do you mean you're not sure?
I'm not sure what it was.
Okay. You know what a Draco is? Did he have a Draco? Who had the Draco?
I'm not sure.
Do you know what kind of shots the Draco shoot? What kind?
7.62?
Who was shooting a Draco that night? Or who had a Draco?
I'm not sure.
Bro, we got video of you. You remember what you were wearing that night?
What I was wearing?
Yeah.
Not really.
You don't remember? You don't remember what color pants, what color shirt, what color shoes? What's your favorite shoes you like to go out in?
Multiple.
Also,
You were.
No, I wasn't these for sure. I don't know, you tell me what, I really don't know.
you don't know? Okay. White pants sound familiar to you?
White pants? White sweats?
Yeah, white sweats probably.
Do they have black? Like, yeah, that was probably when, probably was wearing those, yeah.
Were those the ones in the room?
In the what?
In the room, in the motel room now that you were at?
No.
No, different ones?
They're different. They're different colors. They're the same compound. They're different colors.
And there's a video with you, and you have your 9mm drum. Your homie has a Draco, and the other homie has a light with the beam.
A light with the beam?
Yeah, like a
Extended magazine.
extended mag with a green beam.
Wow.
You're not gonna tell me those guys' names?
No, sir.
Not at all.
No, sir.
We just have to figure it out.
Sir.
Why'd you guys get kicked out of the party?
I don't know. I don't even think it was like us, like directly. I think everybody just getting kicked out.
How many got kicked out with you?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you guys got kicked out, what happened after that? Like, walk through when you escaped.
People were yelling everywhere.
What are they saying?
Everybody was yelling, telling people to stop. Then you just hear shots ring off.
Okay.
And then you hear shots ring back.
You heard shots go towards the house, and then someone was shooting back? Okay, and then what car did you get in?
A white car.
And what kind of car was it?
It was like a Nissan
Nissan Honda. And then you said your friend had a Hellcat, a black Hellcat,
like a scat pack or
or
something.
stat pack. Okay. And so who left first, you or the Hellcat? They left first, and then you followed, like directly behind, or what?
Yeah. Not like directly behind him. I met him up the street. It wasn't even on train. Like I met him right there and I ran to the car and dumped him.
Okay. And did you see them shoot?
Them?
Yeah.
No.
You didn't see the driver shoot, or the other people shoot?
No.
Did you shoot?
No.
Now, again, like you've been honest and you've been super honest.
Honestly, yeah, I did try to shoot, but my gun jammed. Even jammed when those when that shit happened, when I shot, my gun jammed right too.
So you have a 9, right?
Yeah.
So what happens when you jam? Like you pull the trigger and nothing comes out, or what happens?
Yeah, it just gets stuck in the chamber.
Okay. Was it like a double feed, or?
Yeah, double beam.
Did you clear it?
Yeah, I cleared it.
Where were you when you cleared it?
When at the party?
Yeah. Like were you in a car when you cleared it, or
Yeah,
outside?
car.
What car were you in?
At that point, I was in the Hellcat at that point.
Okay. So you were in the Hellcat. So were they shooting at you when you were trying to shoot?
Yeah.
Okay. So they were shooting at you.
That's why I did, because I saw shots coming towards us.
Did anybody get hit?
No.
Did the car get hit? Do you know?
No.
And so you try to shoot back because someone's shooting at you, and then your gun jams, and then you clear the feed.
The shot was.
You shot once? Okay. Was it after you cleared out your gun?
No.
It was before? Okay. When you shot, like where did you shoot at? Or towards?
I think I shot up towards the air. I didn't shoot it down, so I didn't.
Okay. So you shot in the air, and then and the gun that you shot with, where's that gun now?
I traded it.
For what did you shoot? I'm sorry. I'm just not familiar with what you shoot.
I traded it for you now.
For the gun you have now?
No.
No. For another gun?
Yeah.
Okay. Who'd you trade it with?
Just no way.
And listen, I respect that you don't want to like give names and stuff, okay? It's just important that you're honest with like where those guns are and stuff like that.
Well, honestly, I don't even think if you guys want it, you could get it right now.
No, how come?
You don't even have it anymore. I
No?
have no clue where it's at.
Do you think they got rid of it or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think they got rid of it?
I know they didn't get rid of it, like it's still on cookie. I just don't know if you'll be able to find it.
Was the gun? Did they like? Is there like okay? I guess when you trade it, like, do you just meet in person or how does that
Yeah,
work?
just sneakers.
When did you trade it?
Probably like 2 weeks after. I only traded it because it was a jabber.
Oh, because it kept jamming. Is that the one with the drum?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you trade the drum with it? Yeah. So 2 weeks after.
Yeah, 2 weeks after.
When did you find out that somebody was killed?
Couple like less than an hour after it happened.
Oh, okay. So you heard someone got hit. And what did your friends say about it? That you were in the car with?
They're just like, what the fuck? Everybody was just tripping. They're like, couldn't believe someone got hit. It's because one of my homegirls, I guess she carried the person that got hit out, and she called us. She was like, someone got hit at the party.
Your homegirl did? Was she, was your friend, how did you guys get to that party? Like, who invited you guys?
That girl.
The girl. Which homegirl is this?
I want to say.
Okay. And is this the girl that you went to the party with?
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you go to the party, you're in like a gray blue SUV?
No, it's like a car.
Like a, okay, a car?
Car with the spoilers.
Okay. And did the Hellcat follow you there? So you guys all got there at the same time? Okay. And who was in that? Like, how many people were in the Hellcat?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 people in the Hellcat? And so you guys get there, and then you guys all get caged. Did anybody that was in the Hellcat or the Scat Pack, did they shoot back at the party?
Not that I know of them.
So you're the only one that you know of that shot?
Yeah. And it's, yeah. And it was like at the corner too, so like there was no point in even like reacting another chamber or nothing.
Okay. We're like at the corner or what? So you have the party down this way.
So like the road.
I'm gonna, is Papa gonna take your gloves off? Is that what would be more comfortable for you? Yeah. Go for this, are you doing that already?
Yeah, too old for this.
I don't know, I don't want to get in your state anyways.
Promise you won't find us.
I promise.
There's officers out there, they like to find it, and I don't. She likes to, she's promise. You want a piece of paper?
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to like remember the layout, so I'll give you this map. So let's say the house is here, like the party. If you want to like just draw like a box of where the party is, or like how the layout is.
Okay.
Best as you can.
I'm gonna just do it the way that I see it in my head right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
So the house would be right here. So say this is the street.
Okay.
And then it goes into a roundabout right here. And the street's like going up all the way, and then it turns. So I was probably around like this point right here when I shot. Like I probably wasn't even in sight with the house really.
Okay.
And then yeah,
And you just shot in the hair, you said?
yeah,
Okay.
and then yeah, the house is right there.
And is this like, which, is that Yucca?
I'm not sure. I just remember the street.
Is that the street that's right there by the park, you know, where Platte Harry's at? You know, the park, the one where you overlook the city?
Yeah, I know what Pat Hurley is, and I honestly didn't even know we were at Pat Hurley until I started seeing that girl getting posted like every day.
Because there's a street here that goes up to like some other houses, and then this street keeps on going up to where that street gets far.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where we turned or anything. I'm just saying this is a perimeter, actually, like probably right here.
So when you guys all get out, at what point, like, where did you, like, what part of the street did you jump into the Hellcat or the Scat?
Right here.
So you're like in the middle right there? Okay, is there any other houses or anything around there?
Yeah. All of it.
So when you are coming from here to here, at what point, like when you're walking up to do your shots?
The whole time.
The whole, they're just, who do you think they were shooting at?
I don't know, I thought I was getting shot at, I was ready.
Okay. So you've been shot at before, right? Like you're telling us, so you know what it sounds
Honestly,
like.
that's the first time that I was getting shot at in so long.
Yeah. And so you know what it sounds like when gunfire is coming at you, right? And that's what it sounded like. Where did you hear the shots coming from first?
Honestly, I can't really tell you.
Okay.
Like they just go off.
So you're walking up this way.
The only way I was able to tell is because of the sparks
Where did the sparks come from?
from on top of the balcony.
Okay. So you saw sparks on the balcony over here. And so you guys are walking up. So you said you get into a car first?
Yeah.
And then they drive up this way? Okay. And then you get out of your friend's white, possible Honda or Nissan, and then jump into the Hellcat here. And then when you get into the Hellcat, at what point was there more shots?
There was just shots from the balcony, and then it stopped. And then I was like, what the fuck? And he kind of like stopped on the corner and looked at the house, and that's when I went to shoot, and it just shot one, and then It just went off.
Okay. What is the Hellcat? What is that? Have you been in the car before this night?
That night?
Yeah.
No.
So that was the first time you were in a car? What does it sound like?
Fast.
Yeah.
It's a fast car. It's like a $70,000 car.
70,000?
Probably like
And it's done now?
60, yeah. If he's not making insurance for it.
And is it, it's fast? So what is that? Is there any specific sounds it makes if it's fast? Like, what's the exhaust sound like?
I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. Just like,
Is the exhaust loud or is it quiet?
it's pretty loud.
Is it like a distinctive sound? Yeah.
Do you remember what color the rims? Did I ask you that earlier?
Yeah, it's awesome shit.
Yeah, sure.
And this is your friend that owns this car?
Not my friend, but yeah.
Or well, what do you, I know he's not your friend anymore, but at the time was he your friend? Oh. And then after, so you jump into his Hellcat, and so at this point right here, you said you're still hearing shots. At what point did your friends, the passenger, or your ex-friend, at what point did the driver shoot back?
When I was in the car, the driver didn't shoot at all.
When you were heading up, when did you see shots coming from the Hellcat,
From the Hellcat?
or the area?
Right into the Hellcat, I sent shots from the balcony.
Did you see any shots coming from your direction towards the house? Okay. Did you see anybody shooting at the house? No? Okay. So you jump into the Hellcat, and then, so from this point up, you're already in the car?
From which one?
From when you're in the Hellcat here and you leave? Okay. So when you guys leave, you guys go to the other spot? You go to the
gas station first.
Yeah, what gas station?
I really lost completely memory of Albuquerque from being in jail.
Okay, no worries. So you went to a gas station and
Gas station open or closed?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't remember if you put.
I'm sorry, can you take your hand up just a second? That's okay, bro.
I don't know, honestly. I forgot. I just know we stopped at a gas station.
Okay, did you guys put in gas or get a drink or anything like that?
I don't remember. We might have put gas, but I don't think we did. I think we were just sitting there trying to find something to do.
Just come back up just a little bit. You said that you heard about an hour later your homegirl. Who did she talk to tell you that somebody was?
I guess she stayed there.
Oh, she stayed there? And you're not gonna tell us her name, right? Who did she communicate with, you or with one of the other guys in the car?
I think she called someone else in the car.
She called someone else in the car. And is it the same two people that were with you when you guys got shot at, when they shot the engine? The same two guys? The driver and then your homie?
No, at that point we were with like 2 other people.
Okay. So there was a total of 5 in the car? Or how many?
Yeah.
So this is how it works, and I understand you kind of dancing around it somewhat because you're a pretty smart guy. But you have to know that being inside the car and that happening and shooting, everyone in that car, even if you didn't shoot, is responsible for what happens.
right.
Right? So I want to tell you something that you might probably already know. Okay. We're really looking for the guy that shot the Draco. Okay. I know there was a Draco at the party. We already have photos, pictures. He was right next to you, so I know you know who that is.
Which one was that? What was he wearing?
Can't tell you what he's wearing, but you know what I'm talking about. You guys were in the kitchen when he had it out.
It was a college picture.
Huh?
I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it the video I took? Yeah.
It's a video you took, exactly. So on that video, there's somebody has a Draco in his pants. Are you gonna tell us who that is?
You guys know who it is.
We know who it is. Are you gonna say who it is?
That's good.
Okay. You know how that, I'm gonna pull it down. You know how that's gonna look like for you? Because we can put you in that car, we can put you at the party, we can put you with the handgun. You know how that's gonna look like you are part of that whole crew?
Yeah.
And this is the time to separate yourself from all that. And that's why I was asking you, are you really gonna go down for what somebody else did?
Yeah.
You are?
Is.
So there's honestly no point. You guys already know who the person is you're asking me about. You just want to hear it out of my mouth so you can put it on paper. And I don't.
That's not necessarily true.
It's
It's not, because the thing is, I think everybody has their own role in everything, in crimes, right? Or in life. I don't think that you went to that party with the intention of shooting up a party. I truly don't believe that. You're a young kid. I think you're probably, I don't know if you're trying to meet up with some girls or if you're being faithful. I don't know what you're doing, but you probably went there to hang out, get some drinks, smoke, and just have a good time with your friends, because that's what it looked like. And it seemed like it was a chill party until people started getting kicked out and somebody's yelling at you guys to get out, and that's why I believe that I don't think you went there with the intention to shoot a party. I think it just happened. And that's why I'm saying I don't think you or your friends or ex-friends, I don't think you guys are bad people. But, I would just like to hear from your perspective of what happened. And that's why I'm here trying to talk to you. Okay?
Everybody has their side of the story, man.
yeah.
And this is what I tell people, you know what? Any of those other guys, unless those are two homies that you trust, and those two guys were there, I can tell you that anybody else that we talked to, and we talked to a lot of different people, unless it's those two guys that you said are on the side, remember I said keep them on the side. If those two homies weren't there, if they are, then yeah, you're gonna cover for them. You're gonna take the bullet for them, so to speak. You're gonna take the hit. But if they're not, guess what? Everybody else that you said you don't trust that would roll on you, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna put it all on you.
But I mean, I know I didn't do it. I know there's proof on my phone that I didn't do it.
What proof is that?
Huh?
What proof is that?
My clothes. The gun I had in the pictures.
Okay. What close?
I don't know. I just know that I'm not going to be seen shooting nothing or nothing.
Okay. Is there gonna be proof of who shot that night on your phone?
I'm not sure. No.
No? Okay.
The only video I have is the one you're talking about in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Okay.
Where
And
you were you had the drum, and then you
I
had,
think I was like, I had the camera like this and I was going like that.
you had your white shoes on. You had white shoes, I believe.
Yeah, white or black.
Oh my, yeah.
so the people so let's fast forward like an hour and 15 minutes after. So you guys go to a friend's house, and then you guys were in the Hellcat, and you guys drove to a gas station and went to a friend's house, and then went to Nall, like you said, and that's where you think the Los Spot guys came at you guys and shot at you guys, right? So those are the same people you were at the party with then, right?
No. Oh, the Los Spot guys?
No.
No.
The guys that you were in the Hellcat with were the same guys you were at the party with, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And again, I'm asking this, I know the answer. It's just, there's
Yes, I know
just
exactly. I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
I know exactly why you're asking.
I just don't want you to go down for something, man, that you didn't do.
Yeah.
But, and I understand your situation. And
It's just like there's so much stuff that's not going to point to it. I mean, like all those casings you guys found on the floor. My image ain't being on.
what will they be on?
I'm not sure.
So the casings that you found on the floor, were they shot from the Los Spot guys, or were they shot from your group or your ex-friends?
They weren't shot for the Los Spot guys.
Okay. And that's Autumn. Okay. How many guns were in the Hellcat or the Scat Pack?
How many guns were in it, or
Yeah.
how many were fired?
In it.
Four.
Or,
How many were fired?
Three.
Which one wasn't fired right there out of nine?
Just one of the nines.
One of the nines, was it?
What was it?
Where did you guys run off to, you and your homie?
Where did we run off to?
Because that we have officer video when he pulled up. You guys red light tested.
Oh my god, it was so scary.
Why was that scary? You guys were the ones running.
No, you should have seen like did you see the video?
yeah.
Oh my god, like I pointed the gun when he pulled up.
Oh, that I didn't see it. Well, because the video,
But I
doesn't-
can't,
the video doesn't start like when he can't pick that up on the video as he's pulling up.
cause at that point I was putting the beam on any car I seen drive by, and I seen a car creeping up right there, so I kind of run to the side like to where they can't see me,
Oh, in the dirt area?
and I popped out and I see it's a cop. I was like, oh fuck, and then I ran to the back of the car, and then I looked around and I'm like, fuck, what I do? And then he's like, you with the backpack, put your hands up. And I had a whole drum in my hand, the Glock that's like this long. The Glock that has like this long.
The one that's in the picture together for me?
Yeah, that's just long. And I looked at him, I was like, fuck, what do I do? I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Did you have a backpack? Or okay, you
I
had
had another gun in my backpack.
Oh, okay.
And then I put it between my legs, and I was like, fuck, and I went like that. And I
Yeah, I
looked,
seen that part. Yeah.
and I looked at my mom, and I was like, fuck, what do I do? And then I just looked at him, I was like, fuck this, and I just started running that line.
These, you're lucky you didn't get shot by an officer. If you would have seen and registered all that, right?
Yeah, no. That's the main reason I didn't run today. I did not want to get into the beanbag gun.
Yes.
Is there a lot?
That's why. Why is this situation?
As soon as I sort of started running, you guys were shot.
Probably not because they still didn't know what was going on.
You talked about today?
I mean, today,
Or other-
possibly today.
Okay.
You would have been hit with what we call a 40 millimeter. So it's different from a
Like a
big
Nerf
gun.
gun, but it hurts really bad.
It's like a rubber ball.
Our families they have all the girls run out first,
And then you guys
And
run.
they went out first, didn't they?
and we just run out. But I looked, and I went to go look to the side. I seen someone with the beanbag gun right there. I seen all guys in the front. I looked to the right, someone with the beanbag gun right there. I was like, oh fuck.
It's done. You're done. Oh man. So you don't have any idea what the aggravated assault with the deadly weapon is about?
I swear to God, I don't.
Because you've been honest about a lot of stuff here tonight. Because we know that you've been honest. So you have no idea where that would have came from?
No.
Okay.
I don't even, yeah, I have no clue what the hell that is.
So going back to Arenado, so all the casings that are on the side of the car, right outside the car, who's shooting on that? I know you're not gonna say his name, but one of your homies from the car?
Me?
Huh?
I did too.
You did too?
I'm like a job on you know.
Okay.
Again?
But how many did you shoot from there?
Like 10.
10?
Yeah.
And those were all nines? Okay.
You can see I have a video of it.
On your phone? Who was shooting? How are you doing video of it? What are you?
After.
What do you mean after?
Like after that happened. After we got shot, I started recording the ground and like the area, trying to have someone come pick me up.
The ones that shot at, about how many times did they shoot at you? Tell us about how they shot at you. I know you said they rolled up on you. You seen like 4 sparks coming out.
Yeah, it was like some pussy shit.
Did they shoot? How many times do you think they shot at you?
3 times.
3 times? Out of 4 sparks?
Yeah, I don't think it was first sparks.
Okay.
Because nothing came from the driver's side.
Okay, so all the 3 other people? So maybe about 3, maybe.
Where were you guys when they shot at you? Where were they when they shot at you?
Where were they?
Yeah.
Coming off our law. Turning on them.
So Audinal, and then they were to turn on that street, or what street is that?
I'm not sure.
And where were you guys when you shot at them?
Literally, so say like the stop sign and turn on, I don't know where stopped at the stop sign.
Oh, you stopped right there.
You guys were stopped right there, and so they turned in, and
They were behind us. We see them.
Oh,
We
they
didn't
were,
really think nothing of it. And then we didn't register till afterwards. When we see the same car, they went and turned right, they flipped a U, and they just came flying
what
at
kind of
us.
car was that, do you remember?
I don't know, it was too fast.
So they passed you guys, did they pass you guys when you guys were at the stop sign? Or they were just behind you, then they took
They passed us.
okay, so they passed you, turned around, and then they came from behind? And then they popped off rounds? And then you guys returned fire? Who was shooting the 7.62? Front passenger or the driver? Or you?
I'm not sure.
No?
I was shooting a 9.
Okay.
You said someone, earlier you said someone had a 7.62.
No, did you?
No, I asked the driver.
Oh, 2, no, 226, I think you said? 223. So you said someone had 223? That was at the party? Or where?
Yeah, but that person wasn't with us at that point.
But they were at the party though?
They were at the party, but he wasn't with us later at that point.
Okay.
How much earlier at the party was he at?
He just left and we all left. I think he just went home after that though.
Did he was in the Hellcat though when you guys left?
No.
Oh, okay. When you guys left the party, who was?
Or, yeah, he was, yeah.
Okay. That, we don't know his name. Can you tell us his name? He's like, no. You're not telling us any names, bro. You can't? Alright.
I believe you told me at one point, I'm sorry, yeah, the person that was shooting the 223 was a passenger.
Passenger?
Yeah, you said the passenger. That the driver was shooting a pistol and that the passenger was shooting
Yeah.
the 223.
That was another when you guys were shooting at the other group. Remember when you said you told me about the east side, west side thing, you were trying to mask it, you said?
Oh yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
No, then we didn't have a 223.
Huh?
Then we didn't have a 223 or else I would have hit him.
And somebody was shooting a 7.62, because that's what all my cases that you took a video of. It's all 7.62s. A lot of them.
Yeah.
There were some 9s, but there was a lot of 7.62s.
Literally all you see is my 9s.
Was somebody in the Hellcat shooting 7.62?
Not that I know of.
Okay. And
Who was shooting a rifle?
Not that I know, man.
Or were they shooting? You told me you were shooting a 223. That's a rifle.
That's what earlier though, that's when I didn't know what to tell you guys.
Okay.
so like the front
Are
passenger.
you masking right now?
No, I was asking earlier.
Okay.
That's why I was so confused when you said 223, I kind of forgot what I said.
Yeah.
So
You know what they call that, right?
What?
When you're lying, you can't remember what you lied about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when it's the truth, you remember it because it's the truth. So how are we gonna help you out, man, in all of this? You tell us how we're gonna be able to tell the district attorney's office that you weren't involved in any of this. How are we gonna help you out?
I don't think you can, sir.
No? So you're already kind of just accepting it, ready to take the blow? You're ready to face a homicide charge?
I'm ready to go against it.
You think you'd win?
Yeah.
Think so?
I mean, I know I didn't do it.
but you know the person who did it.
You're in the same vehicle those that were shooting. We have video. We wouldn't be asking you if we didn't have such good video.
Yeah.
And I ain't bluffing, bro. I can tell you that we see flashes coming from that black Hellcat like crazy. And you're right, we believe somebody from the party shooting from the balcony. I'd like to know who. I don't know that. We don't know. We're still working on that. But we know, I don't know if the Hellcat, I guess, you know, the black car that you were talking about that ended up in the same car. We know that car's involved. But it's going to be very hard for you to explain that we see video and the only car that leaves at that time is a black car that's involved. See what I'm saying? and you're in it, because you're in it an hour and a half later.
Yeah, we'll see me in the video like run to the car.
Okay.
So when you're running to the car, who's on the sidewalk?
The sidewalk.
Yeah, like who's outside, like the driver's on the sidewalk? Okay.
And hold on a second. Which way, when you guys, the Hellcat, which way was it facing? Towards the house or away from the house when you run to it? Towards the house, okay? And who's on the sidewalk on this side, by the park?
I'm not sure. I think they might already been in their car when I ran out.
Okay? All right, and you jump in the back seat.
The back right seat.
The back, behind the driver or behind the passenger?
Behind the passenger.
Okay. So then you're facing towards the house, and who would be on the passenger side? Do you know who that was shooting at first?
Shooting? I don't know who was shooting. I don't know who was in the back.
Okay. You do know who was in the passenger, but you're not gonna say. Okay. So you're gonna just, hey, you gotta find out. We're gonna find out, right? Because we got that car, you know that, right? Okay. So passenger on this side, you jump into behind the passenger, and then when the vehicle turns, what happens when the vehicle turns to make a U-turn and go back up the hill? What
I think
happens?
that's the point where I shot.
That's when you shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other,
Cause I saw those sparks coming out of it.
okay.
And I missed that, I'm sorry. You said that this is when you guys turn around and then you saw the sparks coming at you?
That's not sure.
And then you shoot when you're right here?
When they're turning.
Yeah, when we're turning.
When you're turning up here? Okay. So earlier when you said when you ran up, and I was asking you who's on the sidewalk on this side, and which way was the Hellcat? On what side of the street was it?
At one point.
When you guys first get there?
I think it was on this side and then I think you read that way.
When they left.
When you left you would? Okay. And then when you're coming up to this, you said the driver was on the sidewalk?
There was the driver or the two in the back.
The two in the back?
Yeah, there's two in the back.
So there was, how many total? How many? 5 total?
Were you the same 5 all together the whole night? Were you guys all 5 at that other party that at that girl's house?
Yeah.
And then you guys came to this other party. And then what happened with, because there was only 3 of you guys and on and on when you guys
We
got
shot
shot.
them off at the house.
Okay, both, the 2 together?
Yeah, 2.
Was it in that same area where that shooting happened?
No.
How long were these other guys from Los Mal following you?
Oh, they were not following us. They were like done opening following us. It didn't just happen quick.
How did they even recognize you guys right there in that area though? Did they just,
Those girls had our exact location.
because they're following somebody in the car. So they're right here. Okay. So who was giving up the location?
Okay.
Dougie, huh?
That's all I'm like. It's the way he moves.
Because he was, what did you say earlier? He was not dirty, sloppy.
Because they shut his mouth.
And he was drunk. At the party, were you guys all drinking or just him or?
I don't know.
So you don't drink, you just hit the bud.
Yeah.
Um,
I know you guys already talked to him. I know he's saying all kinds of shit.
you already know what?
You guys already talked to the driver.
So what do you think he's telling us?
Everything.
Huh.
What do you think he's saying about you?
I think there's nothing to be said about me.
What do you think he's saying that happened after the party, after you guys got kicked out?
I don't know. I'm sure that he's looking for government names on people that were there that night.
He's looking for who?
Government names.
Government names? He's looking for government names of like the group you guys were all with in the Hellcat? Well, why would you do that?
I don't know, that's why he's weird, that's why he must love me, and I don't like it.
Like to give up your name, so, like your real names, you mean? What does he know you by?
He knows me, I grew up with him.
But what does he know you? Just he knows your,
Everybody knows my career.
he knows your real name?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you mean by government name?
Yeah.
Like your real name? Okay.
You said you've known him how long?
Ever since I was like a little kid, we lived in the same apartment complex growing up.
So, how long did you say, like 10 years?
Like 5.
If I was to show you a photo of him, would you be able to tell me that was the driver or not?
No.
No. You would be able to, but you just don't want to, right?
As I said, he can, he just don't.
So,
You see how you're tying yourself up a little bit more every time?
Yeah, but I just,
is he worth the charge?
it's worth my dignity.
Okay. I can respect that, man, but I don't understand it. I can respect it.
It's just because you guys know Diego Padilla and Zay.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? You know how much people want to kill Diego Padilla?
Why? Because they're calling a snitch or what? Okay. Where's Diego at right now?
I wish I knew.
Is he out?
Yeah, he's out.
Is he out?
Uh-huh.
I don't think he's out. He's been out. Okay, what about Zay?
He's in there.
He's in there, right? Why do you think he's in there and Diego's not?
Because Diego snitched.
And I don't know the exact, I don't know too much about that case. I really don't.
I'm lost on that one. He looked at me like I knew, and I'm trying to figure out.
It happened on A-Block.
Was that,
The victim's name was Eddie.
at a party?
Oh, that was, I know
It
what
was a
you're
shooting at a party or something, right? Kind of like what happened here. On this apartment.
And there's no way I'm ever ending up like a hotway.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
There's no way I'm ending up like a hotway. That's what we call him. His name
Diego Hotway?
Yeah.
Is that because you guys got it? Because he's hot in a sense, like they got a green light in him or what?
No, he's honestly, like before, like his alpha was like crazy, but now he's just a snitch.
So I understand that you wouldn't want to take, because you're, we've already talked to you, like, we knew you were at the party, we knew you were in the Hellcat, we knew you were there afterwards. But so you're willing to like talk to us, you don't want to take the blame for anybody else, so let me just ask you straight up, are you willing to take a homicide charge for something you did do?
For something I did do?
For something you did do, would you just fess up and be like, yeah, I did it?
No.
So either way, you wouldn't tell us.
If you shot, you wouldn't tell us. If you were responsible for shooting,
If I shot and hit someone, no, I wouldn't tell you this.
so where's the dignity in that? Where's the respect there?
There's some, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to ask you, because you're like, it's not cool, these other guys are gonna snitch and do this and that, but yet, if you did something, just, hey, yeah, I did it, and I'll take it. Because that's the respectful dignity thing part of it, right? Horsley?
I did 2 years because of that.
Okay. So you told on yourself the last time? Okay. But you see what I'm saying though? I mean, if you're not gonna be honest, then we have to consider that you're lying about you being responsible for what happened. You know what I mean? And I want to believe you, but the only way we can help people out is when they're honest, and then we're able to verify or corroborate their information. All right? Like I can tell you where your whereabouts. I can tell you that you're at these other places. You know what I mean? We already know a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know? But this is your opportunity, and I believe in beating a dead horse to death, you know what I mean? I mean, it's up to you if you want to help yourself up, help yourself out. If you don't want to, man, you're 16, you have your mom. She seems like, you said that, you feel like you disappointed her. Just let's just be honest, man. Tell us exactly what happened. Let's just walk out of here with the honest truth. Instead of, yeah, I know the homie, but I'm not gonna tell you his name. Yeah, I know who shot, but I'm not gonna say. You know what I mean? It's up to you, man. I think, I don't wanna leave out of here, you think that I'm a jerk, though. That's one thing I don't want.
Yeah.
So I'll respect it. If you don't want to, tell us any more information, like real information, you've told us a lot, and I respect it, and I appreciate it. Honestly, I do. But if you're gonna kind of dance around names and stuff like that, then yeah, I mean, there's only so much we can do with that, right? And at that point, there's only so much we can do to help you when we turn in our paperwork.
You see, the last time that's what they told me too, but I didn't get no help.
You said what?
That's what they told me to the last time, and I snitched on myself, but I didn't get no help.
Was that a homicide investigation? Okay, so again, like, we can't make promises. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, yeah, I'll offer you all these deals. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm trying to say is that the more cooperative you are with us reflects when we put down our paperwork, right?
See, I'm not kind of pushing it with me. Like, I'm doing the most I could, obviously.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this. Just if we call it a night, right?
I guarantee you, I'm not going to say no names ever.
Okay.
You're not gonna. Okay.
Walk us through the night without names. Walk us through what happened without names.
I kind of already did what I could say.
Okay. So when you leave the party, is that okay if I go over this one more time? Just so I got it right. So you and your friends, there's 5 of you total. You guys get kicked out of the party. You hop into a friend's car or
I hop into a white car.
a white car, and then
It goes off, and I just jump out and I run to the other car.
okay, and then you jump into the Hellcat, and there's five.
Shots are going on as this is all happening.
Okay. And who is shooting back from the Hellcat? Like, not directly from the Hellcat, but who? And you don't need to give me names if you don't want to. But who in the like where were they seating in the car? Like the ones that shot back and being shot at?
If anyone were to shoot, which I don't know if anybody did, it wouldn't have been in the car.
It wouldn't have been what in from the car.
Yeah.
What about did anybody shoot from outside of the car? Back.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I didn't see nobody in that area shoot that.
Okay. You said you shot.
Just when I shot.
Okay, and you said you shot when you were right here, correct? And it was mine?
That's where the car was at.
And then you shot up here?
Yeah, like,
Okay. You shot and then your gun jammed and then you cleared the battlefield, right? Inside the car?
yeah.
Okay. So, when you shot, your casing's gonna be on scene, right? Or did you?
It was probably in the car.
It was in the car or outside the car?
It's probably in the car.
Okay.
What happens if it's outside the car?
Hello?
What happens if it's outside the car?
I don't touch bullets.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter touching them, it's kind of like,
Who touches the bullets? Who loads them?
I
Huh?
don't touch them.
You have somebody else load them for you?
No. So that's when my shirt's off with the.
Oh, so you use your shirt to kind of.
Yeah, just wrap around. Just.
Gotcha. Pretty
But-
smart. Pretty smart.
and I mean, you
Why do you do that?
What?
Why do you use your shirt?
Oh man, it's harder when your sleeves slip.
Okay, but why don't you just touch them with your fingers? No, you're not gonna tell me. Yeah, you'll be like, I'm not walking into that one.
I know people that do, like,
Okay,
I don't know how
I got you. I got you. But you use your shirt.
I'm learning so much shit tonight.
Oh,
Fuck it out.
well, Cruz, I think what I was gonna tell you is, you said you'll never say those names. How about if we tell the district attorney that we believe that you could be cooperative and on paper, because they're the only ones that can make deals like that, we can't. But what happens if we talk to them and say, you know what, you talk to Cruz and he seems like a pretty honest guy. He's honest because he's not telling us he knows who these people are, but he's honest about, the reality of it. And they, on paper, with even your public defender, put something in writing so that you don't get hemmed up as bad. Would that be something you're interested in down the road? Because we can't make no promises. No, absolutely not.
I'd rather not be on paper at all.
Okay.
I know I am because of this, but
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. But I was just trying to think about the future, you know what I mean? If it's something that but we're not gonna waste our time. And no, why not, we're not gonna tell our district attorney saying, hey,
because it's just gonna be bad. This whole situation with me getting locked up right now, it's gonna be so bad right now. Everybody,
like, what do you mean?
just with, I don't know even how to explain it.
Is there gonna be people that are taken out?
Nah,
Not that kind of bad.
no, not that bad. It's just-
Bad with charges and bad with
Not
time.
even that, it's just gonna be like weird with everybody. No one's gonna know how to attack because like everybody. That night, I shouldn't have been who I was with that night.
Okay, fair. I agree with you. I agree with you from.
So I even like I see where you're coming from, like just like as a bad influence, but like I'm just saying like from like my hood, I was not supposed to be with whoever I was with that night.
For what reasons? Because of the trouble or because?
Just because of who he is,
Okay.
and then they're gonna see me on paperwork with that person. Yeah, it's just really good. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad.
You're talking about the driver?
Mm-hmm.
The one you're beefing with, or not beefing, but you're not friends with anymore?
Yeah.
Is that because you guys roll different crews or?
Yeah.
Okay. And
What's
is he like hood hopping? Is that what it's?
No, it's just shouldn't have been with him.
What's odd to me is that remember Jay? We talked about Jay. And you mentioned his name. You mentioned his name, not a problem, because he's dead to you.
Yeah. Oh no, just because he didn't do that shit. That shit.
No, and I'm not saying.
He just sits home with his little.
Yeah, he's dead. Well, when somebody says he's dead to you, it's like, I don't want to have anything to do with this guy. Is the driver of that vehicle that you were with tonight, is he dead to you, or? Oh, he's dead to you too. So, total disconnect.
Yeah.
All right. So why wouldn't you say his name?
Because I'm just not that type of person.
Cool. But you threw Jay in there.
But he didn't do anything.
Okay, the other guy did.
He was just.
All right.
That's my girl.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna, I think.
Did you see the driver shoot? If you saw the driver shoot, would you tell me?
Nope.
No, it's fine, I respect it, I just wanna gauge where you're at, okay? Before we end this interview, I'm just gonna ask you one direct question, okay? And I know you had your guns, and I know your whole group had the guns. Without saying any names, do you know who's responsible for killing that girl at the party? You hesitated, man. You hesitated. Have you seen pictures of that girl? That was what just bad.
Go back.
How do you think your mom would feel if that was you that got killed at the party? You mentioned earlier that your mom, you kind of got a little emotional, which I understand because my mom is, I like making my mom proud, and whenever I disappoint my mom, it's rough. So do you feel like, how do you think your mom looks at you?
Looks at me.
Or like, how does she view you? Do you think she's proud of you? Do you think she's disappointed in you? Okay. Why do you think she's disappointed in you?
Just because like everything's been like, I don't know. Always had like a good life.
Can you take that? I'm sorry.
Always had like a good life. I guess like I always had everything I needed.
Your mom, she worked overtime and stuff to support you?
It's just she's always at work.
Okay.
And I'm always just left to do whatever.
Okay. So, do you think that your mom would be proud of you and the way that you handled yourself at that party?
No.
How do you think your mom would feel if she found out that you had something to do with that homicide?
She'd be hurt.
Right. And again, I know you're not going to say any names, but do you know, or are you aware of who shot into that house and killed that girl? Okay. There's nothing else I can tell you, man. You're the one who has to put your head down at night you're the one who has to go. I mean, you're gonna get locked up right now, but you're gonna be alone with your thoughts all night. And I want you to know that at the end of the day, like, we're trying to help you, we're trying to talk with you. But your mom's gonna see all this, and eventually she's gonna find some stuff out, right? And you're the one who's gonna have to answer to that. So I really hope that you make the right decision later on, and I know you don't want to be called a snitch or anything like that, but there is still ways to just still make your mom proud, even if you've done stuff that you're not proud of. But you do stuff.
It's like just protecting my family too, like Diego. Never mind, but like just like his whole family's not safe just because of what he did.
There is one way. I mean, if you're responsible. If you're responsible for
I
it,
don't
then
understand that though, because if you do something wrong and you get caught and you get done for it, and somebody said, yeah, he did it, why is the guy that said he did it the bad guy? Or a snitch, or the wrong guy?
Because he should have already been in the first place and put on Pistola and have all these guns if he's gonna sit there and talk or under pressure from you guys.
Granted, I guess that's understandable, but I'm just trying to figure that out. It's like, you know, I try to raise my kids, and I have a lot of them. I try to raise them like, you know what, you be honest, you be truthful, you do what's right, you know? And if you did something wrong, you better fess up to it. That's just me. That's the way I was brought up. You know, maybe it's a different generation, I don't know. And I kind of see that you almost have this sense of respect that I think you would say it if you did it. But I mean, we asked you a while ago, if you did it, would you tell us? You said no. So I'm like, that didn't help me, because I was really hoping at that question that you would say, I would. If it was me, I would have told you. But you wouldn't, because you said you wouldn't. And I don't know, that's for me, it's like,
No, you didn't have to.
yeah, she asked you that.
You guys said I knew what was what
no,
you said.
I said if
you were
I said if you
responsible.
were responsible for the shooting and for killing somebody, would you at least tell us and be honest with that? And you said that you wouldn't. Yeah. Yes.
Cynthia. There you go. I know. I think we're good.
Cruz Medina was sentenced to 24 years behind bars.